Absolutely. Two team members of Secret looking for just a kill that they're not getting, and Cyclone able to take objectives. Hands down, the better decision.
Great stuff, and bit of action in the lane. It does force the potion out of Justman early on this weapon-powered Kestrel. We'll have to see if that early potion burn will be enough to give Waldemar the lead. This time on the Ringo, I think I prefer his Ringo to his Saw, at least in this game. I don't know, Saw's such a risky pick.
It did not work out for our casted match, absolutely, and he did really get kind of, well, destroyed by the last pick, I want to say. I mean, you bring a Celeste into the mix of things, Dowsy, and it's so hard to get your footing. It's so hard to be aggressive because just that threat of the core collapse. You saw the Solar Storms absolutely wrecking his face. He did not have a small hitbox either, right? So multiple of the Solar Storms always just landing. It makes it hard to really do anything with that Saw, but we're not going to have that trouble this round because there's no Saw, but Samuel and Ringo, this is what our analysts are saying is going to be the win. And early game, I'm definitely leaning toward that situation here myself.
Yeah, certainly. Samuel gets such an early power spike at level 2. Unfortunately, Cyclone haven't been able to abuse it yet, but it doesn't mean that these Malice and Verdicts are done yet. Have to just keep their eye on the rotations from Cyclone as they're heading up towards the tri-bush, looking to try and steal away some of the jungle camps. They won't be able to. Mowgli in that bush. They did connect that Malice and Verdict, so they know he's there. That's going to be Cyclone once more pushing Justman and Mowgli back under the tower.
Cyclone is really utilizing a 3-man gank squad here so that they cannot get picked off by Mowgli. If Mowgli gets an afterburn into a Leon, his Frost Spires, his Northern Winds, anything really, it's bad news.
Look at Leon, currently 1v2, just running away with his boosts. Radar doing his best to try and catch on up. It's going to be the 1v3 fight. He's going to get two rooted in the tree, and that's going to be first blood going on over. PT Lamb able to secure it for Cyclone. An unfortunate first blood, but it's not over yet. Waldemar charging on in. They're trying to find a second kill, but PT Lamb's been knocked away. Mowgli doing the damage, and Mowgli should find the second kill of the game here. Where's Radha? He just recalled. Okay, no worries.
This Elder Trade is just rooting everyone up, and it's
PT
Lamb with the steal at the end of it all. So jungle will intensify, no more Elder Trance there to worry about, and at the same time, 1-1, okay. First Blood very nearly did go to Leon, though. Even in that situation of 3v1, he brought Radha right down to the last sliver of health.
Yeah, and that's why he was forced to head back in the end. But look at this, 4 minutes in. It's a fountain purchase for Mowgli, nice and early here. PT Lamb looks like he might have the money in the bank, but he hasn't gone for it. They're going for Justman instead, putting the pressure down. But here comes Team Secret around the corner, Mustache Bush to try and enter into the fight. Not quite able to get close enough, just disengaging here, which is going to allow Cyclone to continue the poke. Mowgli taking a lot of damage, but really Cyclone want to start purchasing up. PT Lamb making his way over to get a fountain of his own.
Now, you might question that play from Mowgli, like taking so much flak, but he was able to keep majority of that creep wave away from the turret, which allowed Justman to farm it up. So that was actually just a good trade on his part. The problem is, nobody's up here now. Look at Waldemar.
Oh no. Yeah, Waldemar too far up, and he's just going to get blown up by Leon. And now it's a bit of trouble as, you know, Radha comes up, but so does Mowgli. They're looking to knock PT Lamb into the backline, and PT Lamb stunned up. He will fall as well. 2 kills go to Team Secret. Radha throwing out the poke, but he just can't get close enough to get one back.
Getting the picks is the real big, strength of this comp here from Secret, and that's why, again, the 3-man roam comp from Cyclone, they were sticking together. They were really going to make sure that if Mowgli wanted to get that attempt at an afterburn, that he was going to pay for it. But Waldemar kind of broke that pack. He got some turret damage done. I don't think that's worth his life, not this early on, not as healthy as that turret is. And you saw what happened. Once that pact was broken, they eliminated Waldemar, and they were able to get that pick on top of the Arden. 3-1 all of a sudden, and feeling real good here from Secret.
Definitely are, and it's a great start for them in this decider matchup. currently in more action as that's going to be Waldemar knocked back by Mowgli. The rest of the crew coming, but Radha this time's here and he's level 6. Could lay down an Oblivion on top of Team Secret. The Malice and Verdict's just cutting at their health bars. Team Secret have to be so careful how they decide to play this next couple of seconds. Cyclone putting down the pressure, just taking down this wave as Radha's looking to connect Malice and Verdict on the faces of Team Secret. Have to see if Cyclone continue to pressure this advantage. Mowgli diving in. It's PT Lamb knocked back and PT Lamb blown up. Mowgli may go down. Leon going very low as well. And tries to end the Valkyrie. It does connect onto Waldemar, but not a killing blow.
One shot? No.
One shot is... I don't think he has energy for it.
He totally does.
Maybe.
Yeah.
It's a very expensive spell.
Well, either way, Waldemar's going to live through that one. Fair enough.
It's a one kill. Team Secret get a kill.
Yeah, they get a kill. That's the big thing. Mowgli survived. He held onto the fountain to the very end there. PT Lamb didn't use fountain. That's interesting.
Well, you got blown up immediately. He was stunned up, rooted, almost instantly. Had no time to get it off.
And that was a big thing. I'm not entirely too sure Mowgli meant to bring Lamb out of that pack. I really do think they were looking for Waldemar, but in the end result, they are going to go ahead with the win on that engage.
It's 1,000 gold lead now for Team Secret here as they start to build up towards an advantage. It's going to be everyone in the lane once more. Watch for those afterburns. Look at Radha pushed up in the top bush there. Not been spotted, but the Malice and Verdicts will definitely give it away as he comes out. Here comes Mowgli. This time knocks Waldemar against the wall. Not the right position, and that's going to be an Oblivion putting Leon to sleep. Mowgli's stuck in the middle of the fight. The gauntlet stops him from escaping. He's still surviving, and Leon's coming in. Waldemar the target, but they find the kill. Traded on back. Hellfire Brew finds the Mowgli, but does secure the fate of this Ringo. A one-shot comes out from Just Man, but it doesn't connect onto PT Lamb. So once more, a one-for-one trade here. Team Secret just going to move out, start to steal some of these creeps.
That is going to be a weakness of this comp. If you can't blow somebody up after that initial afterburn, you do have to deal with all three, and Mowgli is going to be just in the thick of it all. Now, he did survive even through that gauntlet. I wasn't entirely too sure if they were going to let him get away with his life, but at the end of it as well, you see Waldemar, right? He chose to use the Hellfire. Mowgli is looking more armor-based. He's looking more into the Atlas Paladin over a Crucible. And he's not a very tanky guy, right? This is Glaive. He's not building extreme tank for Crystal, and that's where the Hellfire Brew is actually going to find a good target, because he can't block it.
Yeah, absolutely. So we'll have to see if he does decide to build into, a Crucible later on, perhaps an extra reflex block as well. But look at Leon moving into the fight. Winter Spire's going out. Team Secret constantly wanting to put the pressure on to this Cyclone lineup, but they have to be so careful. Radha can throw it all back at them. We saw this, rhyme earlier into a Kestrel just completely dominating. It's a bit of a different lineup here. Not too many melee heroes. In fact, Ringo and Samuel like to keep their distance.
Yeah, they're just kind of biding their time, looking for the poke factor, because they got extreme range on these guys. Kestrel, can throw down the glimmer shots, doesn't exactly have a lot of energy regen past that, right? So you got to be very careful. And at the same time, Leon is going to have to charge you head first, same with Mowgli. So using that poke factor to get yourself just that advantage before the fight starts is pretty massive, but I don't know what Waldemar thinks he's doing. Mowgli's looking for that hit, but doesn't quite find him.
Just about escapes in time. Going to be Radha throwing some poke towards Leon, landing it as well. Winter Spire is just not in range to connect as Waldemar and Radha, actually, just Waldemar coming back. Picks up himself a breaking point, but good timing. Team Secret recognized, and they're going to go grab this gold miner. Not much Cyclone can do to steal it away. Radha going to throw the Oblivion out, but it's a second too late. Wasted cooldown there. And so with the gold mine completed, that's a 2,000 gold lead.
80 seconds on Oblivion, 110 left on the boots. Waldemar used boots to get to safety, and now we're out in Oblivion. This is a great time to fight.
And PT Lamb's taking so much damage. The one shot comes out. He is able to piece on out. Yeah, you're right. This is a prime time for Team Secret to take a fight, and they try their best to catch out PT Lambs once
Mowgli.
more. Weren't quite able to, and so unfortunate for Team Secret. They missed their window of opportunity.
All right, now if I was Mowgli's shoes and I'm going for this roaming glaive, a Crucible it has to be up on next, because Leon has no reflex, Justman has no reflex, and they're up against Hellfire, Oblivion, and a gauntlet. I mean, those are prime targets. We need to start building these reflex, and I think that's what Mowgli's going to start looking for the team next.
Yeah, certainly, and it makes you wonder why Cyclone aren't abusing the fact that there is no reflex box purchased up. Try and catch them out in Oblivion, catch them out in a Gauntlet. Use these massive AoE ultimates just to force a fight on Team Secret.
The big thing is, like, Cyclone, I guess, don't really have, like, an initiator. I mean, that's not an initiate. Having the Drifting Dark and not going through it, that's not an initiate. It has to come down to PT Lamb. He has to get a Gauntlet. Gauntlet, they'll commit. Otherwise, they're going to poke. And it's going to draw on and on and on.
Yeah, well, they're going to try and look for an Afterburn. Doesn't connect onto PT Lamb. Mowgli not quite able to make that one reach, but it's up in just 2 seconds. Very low cooldown here for Glaive. Nothing to really worry about. PT Lamb's kind of their main initiation threat here. Gauntlet can definitely force the fight. Right now, whilst Mowgli is Crucible-less, to see if it does come through. It's going to be that monocle purchase, so that's a 3-item spike there for Waldemar. Sorrow Blade, Breaking Point, monocles, and maybe they look to try and start the fight now.
Yeah, and 12 minutes in, that's what we've been seeing as these really good spikes for these lane carries. These guys are the top of the top. 12 minutes, 3 items. Seems like clockwork just for these guys.
But Radha is low on his energy.
Oh, Leon.
Just be very careful. Going in, Leon, yep. Coming around the back. May look for a flank, but is spotted up with that trap there.
They're coming. They
going to walk straight onto him. They know him is there, but he can't group up in the tri-bush. The Valkyrie would shred their HP bars. Have to be so careful here. Radha going to lay down the poke. Currently, Cyclone just buying their time, getting the Treant to make sure Waldemar is nice and healthy on energy and health. Here comes Team Secret though, just moments too late. Maybe they catch out one, looking for Radha, but not quite able to
They got
connect.
the reflex.
Cyclone looking to turn this around. There's the Gauntlet laid down, looking for an Oblivion next. The Valkyrie comes through and Leon blows up Radha. One shot, not quite connecting, but Mowgli knocks Waldemar against the wall. It's a double kill here for Leon on this Rhyme. What a monster he can be.
Team Secret are dancing around this poke phenomenally well, and they are really playing their comp to the strength. Cyclone just has no direction. Like, there's not really a call that says, hey, we're doing this, let's go, it's time, right? They don't have that. Oblivion has been dodged out more often than not. Radha just will not be, putting that step forward to go right into that Rhyme. That's just suicide right there. So again, it kind of comes down to PT Lamb, and the gauntlets are just seemingly so ineffective. We got that Crucible now. Mowgli has covered at least some of the bases up against some of this crowd control, and again, it's just kind of coming down to Secret seem to have a lot more structure to their comp here.
Yeah, and it's looking good for Team Secret to take this first final in week 1 of the 2017 split. For Radha, needs to get himself a battery. This Samuel is just burning through the energy bar. Last fight, he wasn't in a position ready to fight. They're going for this gold mine and looking to steal it away. There's Mowgli knocking Radha forward. The gold mine is secured by Team Secret, and the gauntlet stopped up. Radha so low, they're turning onto Waldemar Leon. He's right on top of him. Nowhere for this Ringo to run, and he will be taken down by Leon in the fight. Once more, Radha depletes his energy bar. It needs a battery sooner or later. Cyclone just can't dish out any damage.
That was a pretty fantastic block from PT Lamb. Very likely just saved out his life right there. But you're right, you can't do damage as a mage without energy.
Well, there's the gauntlet. Looks like they want to force the fight. The gauntlet, the Oblivion goes down and it puts Leon to sleep. But Radha doesn't want to get close. He doesn't want to be knocked back. And PT Lamb's taking the full brunt of the force that Team Secret can put out. So many active camo traps as well to walk through. And it is just going to be Cyclone falling back. Justman completes his 3-item spike, the Monocles, Breaking Point, and Sorrow Blade on this weapon power, Kestrel. And now, for Team Secret, with a 5,000 gold lead, they're looking pretty good. Cyclone, Desperation Kraken, and it's good timing as well. Look at where Justman is. He's just recalled. The Cyclone spotting out Mowgli. They're not going to complete it.
PT Lamb's going to get himself into that Crucible situation. He also has that, he also fed himself a potion there as well. So he's going to be coming back online for his health. If it is going to be a fight, they're not going to find a weak Arden there at all. Leon has just done tremendously well. The fortified health has really served him there. And 2 items now looking for his own Aegis. Like, not really afraid of the Ringo. Ringo has a lot of the weapon power of this team, but Leon doesn't have a shred of armor.
Yeah, no, fortified health just keeping him up there. And they've been able to pin Waldemar against the wall and just keep him isolated from his team. Almost every team fight so far. Team Secret with Mowgli on this glaive, just repositioning carriers out of the way and opening up opportunities for themselves.
The farm has been pretty equal there between Justman as well.
PT Lamb is going to be engaged on Waldemar, throws it out, but the Crucible will stop the Hellfire Brew from doing any damage. Cyclone, knowing that that spell is gone.
Ready.
Yeah, they're going to look for the fight here. Mowgli goes in, then Gauntlet down, Oblivion as well. But Leon's in the fight, looking for the damage. The Valkyrie does so much, but they haven't been able to find a key kill yet. Waldemar, he bursts down Leon, and now they're looking for Justman. Active camo on 3, but the kill goes through nonetheless. And that's going to be a double for Cyclone and Waldemar here, chasing down Mowgli to try and find the ace. Radha can certainly do the damage, but can he get away? Mowgli with an afterburn coming up. No, he doesn't have energy. Stuck between a war and a hard place. The ace comes through for Cyclone, and about time they find the kill. Now they're looking for the Kraken and the turrets.
It's crazy how Arden can miss Gauntlet, we can miss the Oblivion with Radha, and they can still get those kills. Mowgli held on to that fountain, at least in my opinion, just very late. He finally threw it out when the pressure came down on top of Leon, but he blew up! Like, he got one tick of the fountain, he was out. The rest of it just wasn't able to help Justman. The crits were too much, and PT Lamb just, you know, able to protect the team. Waldemar able to deliver.
That shows how you know, Team Secret have been winning their fights through repositioning their opponents. When they can't quite get the afterburn, knocking someone out of the way so that they can get onto Waldemar, then Leon does get shredded. You know, the armor is necessary once this Ringo starts hurting. And now for Cyclone, an opportunity to start the fight. Mowgli dives in, knocks him back. Doesn't really want it. This turret going very low, and Hellfire Brew will connect with Justman. That's the second turret for Cyclone, and this Kraken's still fairly healthy. They're going to look to try and take down this choke point here for Core. And I'm not sure Team Secret have really the positioning to stop it. This turret getting shredded away. Mowgli coming in, trying to find a knockback on a key target. He knocks Radha against the wall, but the Gauntlet goes down. There's the Oblivion as well. It's all missed, but the damage is going out. Waldemar in the front line. He's going very low, but the Gauntlet saves his life. That's going to be the turret falling as the Kraken does work. Leon on Waldemar will find a kill. That's one for Team Secret, and a second comes through. Justman finds the kill onto PT Lamb. Radha's still here, looking to put down the hurt. Everyone on Team Secret are blinking red. This Kraken not going to find a third turret, but Cyclone able to breach the base here of Team Secret.
Yeah, 2.5. That's still a pretty wonderful trade. Not getting that kill on top of Leon was definitely a feather in the TS cap right there, because he was on his last legs. The fortified health eventually came through, and well, Waldemar did hit the floor. But now again, it's not that different of a game. We had some pretty overwhelming odds early on, as Secret has just dominated through. I think they were 5-0 at one point, but now 10-5. Those extra turrets going the way into the pockets here of Cyclone. It's only about, what, 3,000 gold or so between the sides. It's still tip either way.
It's anyone's game here for this European final. We'll have to see which one of these two teams can secure that first place here in week 1 of the 2017 spring split. Infusions purchased up 3 there now for Team Secret. PT Lamb sitting on 500 gold can go get one of his own. In this drifting dark, falling back, but there's not much he can do to find a kill. Everyone on Team Secret fairly healthy. That's going to be Team Secret looking to push the base.
Leon came up big right there, right smack dab in the middle of everything, and you couldn't bring this guy down. He has himself the coat of plates. That armor makes a world of difference.
Yes, it definitely does. It's insane stuff so far. Now we're looking to see what else will come through. Currently, it is just Radha left alive here, as he's looking to try and push it back to Kraken. It has respawned, but Team Secret also are falling back. So a reset of the Halcyon Fold, and once more a fight for this Kraken.
Yeah, the Kraken is going to be a pretty big key to victory here at the end of all things. Might be 12-5, and you're looking at an advantage to Secret, but they have really been shown that if they don't get perfect engages, the tenacity of Cyclone can really put them on their heels. And this Kraken, whoever she bats for, she's going to be looking for those crystal turrets, and we do not have a lot left standing here from Team Secret.
Classic Waldemar, full offensive, a second Tyrant's Monocle completed. That's four offensive red items, just an Aegis to his name to defend him against Leon's ever-coming presence to block some of those key abilities out. The infusions are on everyone. This 22-minute mark about to reach. And for Team Secret, looking to complete this fight. Going to be respawns here.
Oof.
As Cyclone fought back, got himself a Journey Boots on Radhar and another weapon power infuse here for Waldemar. Team Secret, you recognize that Cyclone don't want to fight, so they're going to push the lane and start getting those creeps pushing in their favor.
Now, something that we've actually been seeing some of the captains doing is instead of ward treads, they go for their own personal set of boots. Looking at Mowgli, he has these tier 3 boots, right? And they're not ward treads, they're the Journey Boots. The Journey Boots passive plus his afterburn means he can just continuously get into position for that. So I'm not actually going to criticize that one. I think that's actually better for a roam glyph.
Yeah, no, I can certainly see it myself. Hellfire Brew goes out. It was the Crucible to block it up here. Cyclone looking to try and force a fight around these choke points, but here comes Mowgli. Stuns up Radhar, the gauntlet goes down. Waldemore's safe, the Crystal Sentry's getting involved. Mowgli's so low, he gets put to sleep and taken down. Leon, a double kill for Waldemar, and just man, the last man alive, he's going to fall as well. No way he gets away from this one. The stealth there, and he's just continuing the run, but Waldemar, he's already going to the base here.
He has blood in his eyes.
Team Secret, an ace. 42nd, and this might just be it. Cyclone, they're pushing down the lane with the minions in the game. Waldemar waiting for his fam to come along. It's gonna be Cyclone taking down these turrets. One main crystal turret down, looking for the second here. It's melting away. It goes down, and the main crystal to fall as well. Cyclone, the newcomers to the Vainglory scene, going to take game 3 here. Crown themselves King of EU in week 1.
The two big things to take away. The first, Cyclone with a sub playing on off rolls can take game, set, match, and series here in week 1 as they're going to come out on top. The second